How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about The Flash, Season 7, Episode 5, titled Fear Me. And oh, dear lord, this episode is a doozy and a half. Anyway, so we pick up where the last episode left off. Barry is now rewatching the fight with the Strength Force individual user. And it's just he's rewatching it, I guess, trying to figure out a way to beat them. He's also managed to task the satellite at Star Labs to track a geometric isotope. I think that's the right term. That this individual lets out. Cisco names them Fuerza, Spanish for strength, because She-Hulk is taken. Yes. Fourth wall breaks. I love them. Anyway, Cecile gets whammied with a massive dose of fear and has a sort of living nightmare. More on that later. And Kristen Kramer. Oh, jeez. That's a name. I stuttered through that. Anyway, Kristen Kramer shows up from the Governor's Municipal Logistics Commission. And of course, Iris gets a hunch that not all is as it seems with Miss Kramer. I'm just gonna call her Miss Kramer because I for the life of me can't pronounce her first name because I'm just terrible. Anyway, so Iris does her thing and looks into her and gets a half redacted DoD file. Ooh. Anyway, the Flash meets up with, or I guess they find out. Okay, so they find out that Frost and Caitlin, Team Flash as a whole, find out that Frost and Caitlin are now separated. And lo and behold, isotopes appear. Wait, that was set to Fuerza. And it drops the Speed Force in the form of Nora Allen. Barry very barely manages to save her. Catch her, I should say. She's, a force of the universe. I don't think if her physical body dies, she's gonna die. Anyway, she gets knocked into a coma because of something or other. So they use the Speed Force wristwatch thing that very much looks like the smartwatch I have. To track her progress, as it were. We then meet Psyche. Psyche is an interesting villain. He seems to project fear. So in Barry's first encounter with him, he puts in a vision of Barry facing Reverse Flash. He's not back. I'm not going to complain about Reverse Flash being in a hallucination. That's completely different. We do love Tom Cavanaugh. I'm hoping that he was the person that was playing Reverse Flash in the vision, This is okay. And Savitar! Yeah, Savitar's back. I remember hearing rumors that Savitar was coming back, and I was like, he was wiped out of existence. He should not be back. But then again, turns out he is back, sort of. He's back as a hallucination for Barry one episode. That's whatever, it's one episode, it's a hallucination. What can you do? I should move OBS to front. There we go, so that I can look at my camera and see myself and I'm not distracted. Yeah, so Savitar stabs Barry straight through the chest from behind in the same manner that he did to was it HR? I was gonna say Iris, but he didn't actually stab Iris. He stabbed HR Wells, I believe. I believe that was the Wells that died to Savitar. Anyway, and the stab wound appears on Barry IRL, and so Cisco says, if you die in hallucination, you die in real life, a la the phrase, if you die in the game, you die in real life, that is essentially a meme in the gaming community. Which is an interesting take. Frost breaks the Firestorm Matrix device thing that was going to be used to put them back together. And, yeah. She ends up arguing with Caitlyn because of it. They go and face Psyche a second time. Barry sees everybody dead. Thanks to Forza. Frost and Caitlyn, as a result, have a heart-to-heart where, because of what Caitlyn saw, and they come to terms with, they have a heart-to-heart, and it ends up well, and Frost is now moving in with Caitlyn, which you'd think that would be a given, but apparently it was not. Anyway. Apparently that wasn't a given, that Frost would be moving in with Caitlyn. Who knew? Anyway. Let's see what happens next. Okay, what happens next is, okay, I believe what happens next is literally Psyche trying to engulf Central City in fear, and as a result, somewhere in the middle of this, Barry tells Cecile to use DeVoe's chair to counter Psyche's powers. Psyche decides to go full whammy on all of Central City. And so the plan is to begin. Barry races off, to do his flash thing, and bounces off the border of Psyche's dome of fear, and yikes. The way Iris was in the nightmare, in his second nightmare, and then in his third nightmare, she was definitely had like a bunch of broken bones. I'm like, this is definitely a CGI, right? And oh dear lord, gave me the heebie-jeebies because they literally had her like body fix itself, and you could hear the cracks of bone like going back together, and I was just, For those of you who don't watch the episodes and just watch these videos, gives you the heebie-jeebies. Anyway. Oh, for a second I thought I derped again. Anyway. Afterwards, Barry overcomes his fear and speeds straight through and meets up with Psyche. Because Cecile's connected on a mental level to Barry, she channels his courage in a dome that goes outward from the Star Labs and encompasses all of Central City. When it hits Psyche, he seemingly disintegrates, right? Okay. which is weird. Joe then confronts Miss Kramer, Kristen. I finally managed to say it without stuttering. And she reveals she's here to arrest Frost. Yikes. Don't arrest the good guys. Redemption is allowed. I guess Kristen is now a villain because she's going up against the good guys and wants to arrest the good guys. Because of something they did in a past life. Barry puts himself in the cryopod because he got, like, psychically whammied somehow by something or other. It doesn't tell us what. And the Speed Force wakes up and reveals that Psyche and Fuerza are not just some kind of force users. They are living embodiments of a specific force. So Fuerza is literally the strength force. I don't know what Psyche would be. I very much highly doubt he's the strength force. Not the strength force. The Sage Force. Because I don't think the Sage Force gives... Hold on. I'm actually going to look this up mid-video. You guys are going to... Sage Force DC. Is an energy field harnesses the minds of its conduits. It has intelligence conduits to super giving them psychic powers such as telepathy and telekinesis. Oh. 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 No. Psyche is definitely the Sage Force. Okay, looks like Psyche is definitely the Sage Force. So the Speed Force just 1v2'd and lost terribly. The Strength and Sage Forces, and where the hell is the Steel Force in all of this? Which would actually explain how they're able to absorb Barry's Speed Force lightning attacks and not be affected by it like normal people. Which in and of itself is terrifying. I will say that. And that's where the episode ends. Anyway, overall, I found this episode interesting. We got confirmation that the Speed Force is back. Which, nice to hear. Nice to get full confirmation that the OG Speed Force is back. We met another one of the 4 forces of the universe. We got confirmation that they are indeed the said forces of the universe and not just some force conduit like Barry and Wally and Nora and he who must not be named because I don't want to put it out into the universe for him to come back. And Zoom and Savitar and the various speedsters we've had. Godspeed. I don't think we ever had Godspeed's real name revealed, like officially. Anyway, I thought the episode was overall pretty good, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay right.